You've been hiding it for 6 weeks. The ones when you reach too high, the back switch to your right side, the way you sleep wrong, just to avoid the pain. You thought you were managing, but you were not. And somehow, they already knew. Katsuki clogged every single thing you tried to hide. The arm, the bruising, the weeks of silence, and the look on his face when he finally saw it wasn't anger. So, what was it? And what happens when two people who notice everything realize you've been carrying this completely alone? The thing about living with two people who notice everything was that hiding anything became an exercise in exhaustion. You'd gotten good at it, though. You'd been good at it before. Katsuki and Ijiro had stumbled into your life and decided, without much ceremony, that they were staying. 3 years of dating, two of living together in the apartment above the agency. The three of you ran out of a converted warehouse in Mustafil. And still, you thought you were managing, but you were not. The injury had happened 6 weeks ago during a mid-level rescue operation. A collapsing beam, a split-second miscalculation. Your left shoulder had screamed when the impact hit, and you'd bitten the inside of your cheek hard enough to taste copper. Finished the extraction, filed the report, and quietly scheduled yourself with a private clinic 2 train stops away from the agency. The verdict had been a partially torn rotator cuff. The recommendation had been 4 to 6 weeks of rest and a referral to a physiotherapist. You had done neither. You're quiet tonight, Ijiro said from across the kitchen island, not looking up from where he was cutting sweet potatoes with methodical, practiced strokes. His red hair was down, damp from the shower, falling across his forehead. He'd gone broader since UA, impossibly so, and in the domestic light of the kitchen, he looked softer than anyone who had seen him in the field would believe. Tired, you said, which was true, and therefore easier than anything else. Katsuki was at the stove, back to both of you, stirring something that smelled like miso and dashi and every good thing in the world. His shoulders were set in that way that meant he was paying attention to more than the pot. He'd learned to read the language of those shoulders over 3 years, the slight tension at the base of his neck, the way his stirring slowed when he was listening instead of cooking. You've been tired for 6 weeks, he said, without turning around, and he didn't say anything. Babe, Ijir set down the knife. His voice was gentle, the way a river was, deceptively still at the surface, with a current underneath that could knock you off your feet. What's going on with your shoulder? Your stomach dropped. Nothing, you said, too quickly. Katsuki turned around then. He was still holding the wooden spoon, and his red eyes tracked from your face to your left arm with the precision of someone who had spent 3 years learning the specific geography of you. You haven't reached above your head in a month now, you said. You hold your bag on your right side now. You sleep on your right side, even though you hate it. You wince when you forget and reach for things, Ijiro said. His voice hadn't changed. That was the thing about Ijiro. His kindness didn't waver, which somehow made it more unbearable than Katsuki's bluntness. You winced getting into the car this morning. I saw it. The silence stretched between the three of you, like a wire, pulled too taut. It's fine, You said, I'm handling it. Show me. Katsuki said flatly. Katsuki, show me. There was no room to maneuver inside that tone. There never was. You'd learned that too. You exhaled through your nose and reached for the hem of your shirt, pushing the collar to the side so you could see the faint residual bruising along the curve of your shoulder, already fading from purple to the sickly yellow-green of old damage. The sound Ijiro made was quiet and involuntary. Katsuki said nothing. His jaw tightened. Rotator cuff, you said, because they deserve the truth now that they've seen it. Partial tear. 6 weeks ago. The beam collapsed in the Nakamura. Ope. 6 weeks. Ijiro repeated. It's mostly healed. Mostly. Katsuki said, and the word came out like something bitten through. Look, I didn't want you to worry. He pulled your collar back up. We had the case that week, and then the gala for the Hero Commission. And you were both already running on no sleep. Don't. Katsuki crossed the kitchen in 4 steps and stopped in front of you, close enough that you had to look up to meet his eyes. Up close like this, you could see the muscle working in his jaw, the way his hands had curled at his sides, not in anger, he knew now, but in the effort of containing it. Don't make that calculation on our behalf. That is not. He stopped and restarted. You do not get to decide that for us. He's right, Ijiro said from behind you. He felt his hand settle, carefully, deliberately, on your right shoulder, the unbothered one. We're your partners, both of us. That means when you're hurt, we want to know, even when it's convenient. Or not, especially when it's not. I didn't want to be a burden. You're not a burden, Moyan. You could never be. You know that, right? Katsuki reached up and cupped your jaw with one hand. You're going to the doctor tomorrow. A real one. Katsuki, hey, I'll carry your bag. Both ways. Ijiro said. That's not the point. You said. The point is that we're not leaving. So stop hiding things and let us take care of you. At least just this once. You say that every time. And I do mean it every time. Fine then. You said. And Katsuki's shoulders dropped half an inch. Great. By the way, dinner's going to burn. You added. He turned back toward the stove so fast, you almost didn't catch the way the corner of his mouth pulled upward, almost. Ijiro pressed the pick to the top of your head. We'll get a second opinion on the shoulder. Together. All of us. You closed your eyes, feeling the warmth of the kitchen, the smell of the miso, and the solid weight of Ijiro behind you. Yeah, together. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.